morning, folks. We have had so much rain here over the last several days. The driveway is just muck. There was water actually running down yesterday. The pond is back, which makes the geese very happy, but no one else is really into it. You can see it's actually flowing. The stream's back too. Luckily, the pig pens are dry, or the pig houses are dry. We slaughtered a pig the last couple days. It's one of the reasons I've been away. Very good pig. I'm also waiting on, oh, hey, good morning. We got fresh hay to sleep in because it's been so mucky. But also because we're kind of expecting, good morning, Thea. Good morning, little girl. We're kind of expecting Knox to have babies anytime. So I'm just checking on that this morning. Whew. Hi everyone. Knox is not in here. So let's go see if she's up here. Ugh. The new pig area only needs electric. The fencing is down there, which is good because this is nasty. And there's still some dry, but... Excuse me. No babies. Well, I mean, there's the normal babies. Hi, everyone. Oh, I'm so glad they finally accepted Hooligan. Hi, folks. I don't have any food, so you're going to be really disappointed. That's a new boar. The other new boar. And Hooligan is in there, along with mums. The regular mom pigs. Hi, little ones. Oh, you're sleepy. Normally, you keep a little more of a distance from me. Look at that fur. It's all these colors in it. Love it. Hi, little ones. Some of these are going to new homes this weekend, actually. And then more the next weekend. Look at all those pigs. That's Hooligan in the middle with the spot on the right side of her nose. I mean, you don't all have to get up because honestly, I wouldn't. If I had a choice between being in there and being out here. Oops. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. It's actually super neat. This cohort here, a bunch of them are molting, or whatever you call it, with a pig shedding their coat. And a bunch of them have this like very fuzzy, downy undercoat, which is so great. It's like soft wool. Peeing pigs. Yes. Just like everyone else, they get up and pee. Okay, let's see if we can find a pig who's willing to let us look at her undercoat. Or can we look at your undercoat? Are you friendly, pig? Yes. Oh, no. See how soft that is? So neat. So neat. And then you can see like the bristles are growing in on their back, coming out of the undercoat. Oof. Okay. Let's get out of here. I have other things to show you, including baby ducks. Okay. Over the fence. I've been training the piglets to go into crates to eat, because I don't want a repeat of last time I tried to catch pigs and had to run all over everything. Oh, here we go. That's who I'm looking for. There are some baby ducklings, and they've been around for maybe 5 days at this point. They're the ones that hatched out under the snow blower. And there's Mama with them. And they haven't had any feed, like commercial feed at all. They've been eating whatever the rest of the birds eat, but I see them in the back field in the evening, and they spread out in a line, and they are clearly hunting bugs. So they're just like super feral. There are 5 of them, all different colors. I had been all like, oh, well, I'm gonna get rid of my weird mixed breed ducks. But they do so well here. I might reconsider that. And it's been pouring rain basically every day since they were born, except for one. Hey, cuties. You're doing a good job. It's hard to take pictures of them because she always puts herself between the ducklings and me. They look so tiny and fluffy, but they're so hardy. It's amazing. Amazing. Oh, this slippery driveway. If I wasn't engaged in like killing a pig and making sausage, I would 100% be raking all this up and putting it in the garden. But I can only do one thing at a time. I actually kind of hope it rains on Sunday. That's when I'll be done with the pig. Okay. So the garden has been really loving the rain. Cut down some of the lovage because it was a little bit silly. Beans, not so happy with the rain. Done a big harvest of lamb's quarters. Not sure you can tell, honestly. But that's been good. Got some lamb's quarters in the freezer. These beets here are growing nicely. Turnips. I've got big tops, but they aren't bulbing yet. I've never grown turnips before, so I honestly not super sure what to expect. Here's my super gorgeous greenhouse. Tomatoes are definitely like, that's 2.5 feet tall, 3 feet tall. There's my row of beets. I actually have had to water in here. These guys are growing well, which is good because it's been cold. Look at that. Look at that. What kind are you? Moravsky div, which is Stupica, type of Stupica tomato. But that's a potato leaf tomato there. I find the potato leaf ones, maybe it's just the ones I have, tend to do better in cold. Got the carrots here in this row. They're sort of coming along, and they're covered in arugula, and that's a slug. You notice these tomatoes are just not very big on this side. They're kind of spindly compared to these, which were planted later. And those over there, which were planted later as well. But like, look at the size difference on the right and the left. It's really interesting. So what have we got in here? Some pickling cutes tucked away in the corner. Some lettuce, which has not yet been eaten by slugs. Oh, and I have a toad. He's probably under that pile. I left him that pile of weeds. But he's a western striped toad. Is that the term? Got my melons in here, but I suspect they're not going to do anything this year unless it gets a lot warmer. A nice bunch of kale. Very happy. Basically, greens like the rain, and everything else is not super sure. Over here, corn. These are miniature corn. They normally only get a couple of feet tall, like 1.5 feet. You can see they're actually, some of them are already tasseling and putting out their ears. So they're very, very early. I'm probably going to have to hand pollinate some of those because corn is wind pollinated, and I think between the rain and the fact that they're not very big, I'm just thinking they're going to need a hand. This fuzzy thing here, like this, there's one over here, and some over here. That's a dill that volunteered, which is super exciting. I always love it when I can establish essentially a weed that I like to eat. And over here, you can see the potatoes are up and growing very well right here. Some squash on the end and some onions. I plant perennial onions. I don't eat a lot of onions. They're not great for me. So having essentially a green onion that just sits there and I can come pick it whenever is perfect for me. And there, I don't know if you can see the little tiny green spots there, but those are beets. And then there's supposed to be corn in here, but between the crows possibly eating it all and this rain, it's been so cold. Down here, see a row along the fence of tiny green sprouts. Those are peas. They're soup peas. That's exciting. So those are soup peas, and these are drying beans, like for storage in the winter. I'm super excited about those. I hope they do okay. I've been picking a couple buckets of weeds a day and putting them into the chickens and quail, and I've been getting these beautiful orange yolks. Orange and yolks is just anthocyanins. Yes, xanthophylls. Xanthophylls are the orange ones. So they are in plant leaves or corn, and they go into the yolks. So if you have orange yolks, sometimes it means the animals have been eating a bunch of plants, but sometimes what it means is that the animals have been eating a bunch of corn, which isn't necessarily the same thing. Oh, there's some goslings. Hello, goslings. That's the youngest ones, the saddleback ones. Hey, folks. Good morning. I did have one gosling hatch off this nest, and it was having some trouble walking, so it's currently in my bathtub with a brooder plate. So I do have that one day-old gosling, which I can't show you because he's in the house. He's gonna be my work from home buddy if she doesn't hatch anymore. Harvested some rhubarb. I wasn't sure how much was in here. But after a fairly substantial harvest, you can see there's still a ton. It's really helping all of this rain. See the sweet Sicily there? Has its seed pods. I need to candy those and they'll taste like licorice. I moved this pool over here so that when I dump it, it trickles down slope and goes into these rhubarbs. And now these rhubarbs are starting to take off. They were just hanging out being kind of small before. Oof, actually, that amaranth does not look happy. Or quinoa, rather. Those kind of yellow leaves. The Brussels sprouts next to it look super happy. And the beans next to that are okay. Not stellar, but okay. Thea has started shedding. I pet her for just a second and that comes off. Moved the station for gutting the pig over to here, so it's a little further from the house. And got some chicks the other day and gave them to 2 broody hens who had been sitting on eggs for a while. Look at these guys. So they got adopted really well. The one yellow one is a chanticleer. It's one of mine. And all the others came in by mail. Believe it or not, they send chicks by mail. And they're Americanas. So they should lay blue eggs. Although half of them will be roosters in all likelihood. But their mamas are taking this very, very seriously. I got nearly attacked several times. Look at that. So cute. And all sorts of fancy stripy patterns. I've given up trying to give them a food bowl because their hens are so intent on trying to teach the babies to forage that they dump everything out and scratch it on the floor. So that's the chick starter that I just dump in a pile on the floor because I can't. They'll empty any container so that they can teach the babies to scratch. Hi, little guys. Hi. So that's a quick rundown of what's been happening here. I hope you all are having a good week. I need to go in and get back at her, but things are still doing okay here. We haven't drowned yet. You have a good one.